Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHONJ, why did Dina Manzo's ex get a 7-year prison sentence? When viewers first started watching Real Housewives of New Jersey, it's unlikely anyone knew what was in store for Dina Manzo's ex-husband. Thomas Manzo was just hit with a prison sentence of 7 years behind bars. Any amount of time spent behind bars is a big deal, but some fans think Thomas deserves more years. What exactly did Thomas do to be given this sentence in the first place? These are the details, along with what fans are saying about this entire scandal. Thomas Manzo may serve 7 years in prison. The charges against Thomas are serious. The press release via Us Weekly states that Thomas is doing time for hiring then assisting a soldier in the Lucchese crime family to assault a man named David Canton. David happens to be Dina's current husband. This crime took place back in 2015, but Thomas is barely facing the music for it now. U.S. Attorney Philip R. Selinger had zero patience for Thomas when making his announcement. He said, "For clarity, Dina and Thomas first separated in 2012. Their divorce wasn't finalized until 2016, though. She tied the knot with David a year after the divorce finalization in 2017. Real Housewives of New Jersey fans are bothered by this scandal. People who've been keeping up with episodes of Real Housewives of New Jersey aren't amused by any of this drama. The idea that Thomas would hire someone to cause David harm is a haunting one. Needless to say, it's nothing viewers have taken lightly. Some have even shared their brutally honest thoughts on Reddit. The majority of comments are from social media users who wish Thomas would be given more time behind bars. On the flip side, there are also several fans who feel a great deal of relief for Dina in light of this latest update. The world of reality television is no stranger to controversy, but the drama that often plays out on shows like The Real Housewives of New Jersey, RHONJ, rarely transcends into something as serious as criminal charges and prison sentences. For Dina Manzo, one of the original cast members of RHONJ, life has taken a dark and unexpected turn, with her personal life making headlines for reasons far removed from the glitzy and glamorous reality TV world she once inhabited. Dina Manzo's ex-husband, Tommy Manzo, was sentenced to a 7-year prison term, leaving many fans wondering how things could have escalated to such a level. To truly understand the series of events that led to this, it is important to examine the history of the Manzo family, the charges against Tommy, and the complex dynamics that made this case stand out from the rest. Dina and Tommy Manzo. The early days. Dina Manzo joined the Real Housewives of New Jersey in its first season back in 2009, and immediately made an impression with her charismatic yet low-key personality. As a member of the tight-knit and successful Manzo family, which also included her sister Caroline Manzo, Dina was no stranger to the finer things in life. At the time, she was married to Thomas Manzo, a successful businessman and co-owner of the Brownstone, a well-known event venue in New Jersey. Though Dina and Tommy seemed to live an enviable life on the surface, their relationship was far from perfect. Dina eventually left RHONJ after season 2, citing the need to step away from the drama. Not long after, she separated from Tommy, and their relationship took a downward spiral. Dina moved on with her life, starting a new chapter with David Canton, whom she married in 2017. But the darkness of her past relationship with Tommy would soon re-emerge in a disturbing and dangerous way. The allegations against Tommy Manzo. Tommy Manzo's legal troubles stem from a series of alarming incidents that took place after Dina moved on from their marriage. What could have been a simple, albeit bitter, end to a relationship instead escalated into a tale involving organized crime, violence, and revenge. The first incident that raised eyebrows occurred in 2015. Dina and her then-boyfriend, now husband, David Canton, were the victims of a terrifying home invasion. The couple was brutally assaulted in their home by 2 masked men, who not only physically attacked them but also stole valuables from their residence. The incident left both Dina and David traumatized, but for years the case went unsolved. Fast forward to 2020 and the shocking revelation that Tommy Manzo was allegedly behind the 2015 home invasion. According to prosecutors, Tommy had hired John Perna, a known associate of the Lucchese crime family, to carry out the attack. In exchange for this violent favor, Tommy allegedly offered Perna a deeply discounted wedding reception at the brownstone, a gesture that prosecutors say sealed the deal. The motive behind the attack. Prosecutors allege that Tommy was jealous of Dina's new relationship with David Canton and sought to exact revenge. The idea that a man would go to such lengths to harm his ex-wife and her partner paints a deeply troubling picture of Tommy's mindset at the time. The connection to organized crime. One of the most shocking aspects of this case is the connection to organized crime. The Lutchese crime family is one of the infamous 5 families that dominate organized crime in New York City and New Jersey. Their involvement in everything from drug trafficking to extortion has long been documented, but the idea that a personal grudge could lead to their involvement in a domestic dispute brought an entirely new level of notoriety to Tommy Manzo's case. John Perna, the hitman Tommy allegedly hired, was no stranger to law enforcement. As a member of the Lutchese family, Perna had a reputation for carrying out violent acts on behalf of the organization. That Tommy would turn to someone like Perna to settle a personal vendetta speaks volumes about the dark places his mind may have gone after Dina left him. In July 2020, both Tommy Manzo and John Perna were indicted on federal charges related to the 2015 attack. Perna later pled guilty to conspiracy to commit aggravated assault, admitting to his role in the attack and implicating Tommy in the plot. This development was a critical turning point in the case, as it linked Tommy directly to the violent crime against his ex-wife and her partner. Tommy Manzo's legal battles. Tommy Manzo's legal journey has been long and complex, with numerous twists and turns. After his arrest, Tommy initially pled not guilty to the charges against him, maintaining that he had no involvement in the attack on Dina and David. However, the weight of the evidence against him, including Perna's guilty plea and cooperation with authorities, painted a different picture. In 2021, Tommy was hit with additional charges for allegedly attempting to hire another hitman to carry out a second attack on David Canton. According to prosecutors, Tommy's obsession with Dina and her new life did not end after the 2015 incident. This revelation only served to further solidify the case against him and raise even more concerns about his potential danger to Dina and those close to her. By 2023, after years of legal wrangling and multiple court appearances, Tommy Manzo was sentenced to 7 years in prison for his role in the attack. While some may argue that 7 years is a lenient sentence for such a heinous crime, the court considered numerous factors in reaching this decision, including Tommy's lack of a prior criminal record and his willingness to accept a plea deal that spared Dina and David the trauma of a lengthy trial. The fallout? For Dina Manzo, the entire ordeal has been nothing short of a nightmare. Once a beloved reality TV star known for her charm and elegance, she has been thrust into the spotlight for reasons that are far from glamorous. In the wake of the attack and Tommy's conviction, Dina has largely retreated from the public eye, choosing to focus on her family and her well-being. Caroline Manzo, Dina's sister and Tommy's sister-in-law, has also been caught in the middle of this scandal. While Caroline has maintained a close relationship with Tommy and publicly supported him during his legal battles, her loyalty has been questioned by many fans of R.H.O. Neji, who wonder how she could stand by someone accused of such violent crimes. This division between Dina and Caroline has only deepened over the years, with their once close bond now seemingly fractured beyond repair. Conclusion. The case of Tommy Manzo's involvement in the attack on Dina Manzo and David Canton is a tragic reminder of how personal relationships can take a dark and dangerous turn. What began as a bitter separation between Dina and Tommy escalated into a web of violence, organized crime, and revenge that ultimately landed Tommy behind bars for 7 years.